This is the Baseball Observer. The league is on the air. Action Baseball League. Showcase game. Welcome to Cougars Park. The Cincinnati Cougars host the Houston Mavericks. Cincinnati leads this 4-game set, 2-1. They have an opportunity to cut the lead to 3.5 games. Let's look at the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Houston Mavericks, managed by Carlos Sanchez. 832 wins. Batting first, playing right field, Jesus Vasquez. Batting second, playing shortstop, Felix Alvarez. Batting third, playing first base, Brent Kaiser. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, Warren Ufina. Batting fifth, the catcher, Alex Ramirez. Batting sixth, playing center field, Apostolos Giorgio. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Alex Monje. Batting eighth, playing second base, Ricky Castillo. And batting ninth, playing third base, Miguel Ramirez. The starting pitcher for the Houston Texans, the left-hander, Valentin Jeffroy. This is his first start. In 5 games, his record is 1-0. His ERA is 1.23, a 0.95 whip. His strikeouts per 9 is 6.1. His walks per 9 is 2.5. He's 27 years old. His record versus Cincinnati is 1-0 with a 3.00 ERA. And now the starting lineup for the homestanding Cincinnati Cougars, managed by Chris Allison. Batting first, playing left field, Victor Torres, the veteran. Batting second, playing second base, Lee Byron. Batting third, the designated hitter, Esteban Martinez. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, Scott Reese. Batting fifth, playing right field, Patricio Cogumbrero. Batting sixth, playing first base, Barry Wilson. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jordan Pedroza. Batting eighth, playing third base, Luis Mata. Batting ninth, the shortstop, Lance Lynn. And the starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Cougars, the right-hander, Chris Collette. In 12 games, Chris is 8-2. His record, his ERA is 1.72 with a 1.24 whip. His strikeouts per 9 is 5.7. His walks per 9 is 4.2. He's 23 years old. His record versus Houston is 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA. 20,000 fans in the stands, cloudy, 74 degrees, wind blowing out to right at 9 miles per hour. The Cincinnati Cougars have a record of 50-46, good for second place, 4.5 games back. They are third place in the wild card race. They have a home record of 34-16. The Houston Mavericks have a record of 54-41. They lead the ABC Central Division. Their road record is 24-23. Let's play ball. Welcome to tonight's game at Cougars Park. Tonight, Cincinnati will face Houston. Houston has posted a record of 54-41, good enough for first in the ABC Central. The second place Cougars sit at 50-46. Houston has won 9 of 13 games from Cincinnati this season, including 7 in a row. But Cincinnati has won the last 2 and a chance to win this series. Here's the first pitch from Collette. That's in the air to center field. He's waiting on it. And the MVP makes the catch, and we're underway. Let's look at the defense for the Cincinnati Cougars. In left field, Victor Torres. Gold Glover. In center field, 5-time MVP, 4-time consecutive MVP, Scott Grease. In center field, the Gold Glover. And Patricio Cucumbrero in right. Luis Mata at third base. Gold Glover Lance Lynn at short. Lee Byron at second base. And Barry Wilson at first. The batter, Jordan Pedroza behind the plate. And on the mound, right-hand pitcher Chris Collette. Chris has an 80-rated changeup, his best pitch, a 70-rated curveball, and a 50-rated fastball. He doesn't have the best stamina, below average, but he has a good ability to hold runners close. His personality, what you see is what you get. This is his first year. 23-year-old Chris Collette. Stepping to the plate, shortstop, Felix Alvarez, the left-hand hitter. He's hitting .250 on the year, 1 home run, 20 runs batted in. Righty versus lefty. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's in the air, and that's a base hit to center field. Reese has it, and he will throw the ball in, and that's the first hit. 1 out base hit for Felix Alvarez. Good speed at first. The batter, the right-hand hitting Brent Kaiser. He's hitting .280 on the year, 9 home runs, 43 runs batted in. He's stolen 10 bases. And on first, 1 out, top of the first inning here at Cougars Park. Game 4 of a 4-game series. Righty versus righty. Here's the 3-0. And that misses, ball 4. 2 men on now with 1 out. Good speed on the base path. Left-hand hitting Warren Ofina will step in. The left-hand hitter is hitting .282 on the year, 6 home runs, 46 runs batted in. Righty versus lefty. Here's the full count pitch. And that hit him. And that'll load the bases with 1 out. Collette starts out with a jam. Left-hand hitting Alex Ramirez will step to the plate. He's the number 5 hitter. The catcher is hitting .276 with 8 homers, 36 runs batted in. Felix Alvarez at third, Brent Kaiser at second, Warren Ufina at first. Righty versus lefty. No balls, 2 strikes. He swings and misses. Strike 3, a changeup at 75, and he gets it. That's the second out. Right-hand hitter Apostolus Giorgio will step in. He is hitting .281 on the year, 8 home runs, 37 runs batted in. A steady diet of good hitting batters in this lineup. Collette 1 out away from getting out of this. Houston 1 hit away from opening up a can. Full count, payoff pitch. And that hit him. And he walks in a run. Hit by pitch. And Houston takes a 1-0 lead. He's hit 2 batters in this half inning. And some people haven't taken their seats yet. Bases loaded. Kaiser at third. Ufina at second. Giorgio at first. The batter, left-hand hitting Alex Monhe. The DH is hitting .222, 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. Righty versus lefty, the 1-0. That's on the ground. The first baseman has it. He'll step on first to retire the side. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. The score is now 1-0, the Mavericks in front. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's look at the defense for the Houston Mavericks. In left field, Warren Ufina. Warren has been the MVP in 4 postseason series for Houston. In center field, Apostolus Georgia. And in right field, Gold Glover Jesus Vasquez. Miguel Ramirez at third base. Gold Glover Felix Alvarez at short. Ricky Castillo, rated 80 at second base. And Brent Kaiser at first. The battery, Alex Ramirez behind the plate. And on the mound, left-hand pitcher Valentin Jeffroy. He has 4 pitches. His best pitch is his curveball, rated 55. Forkball rated 50. Fastball at 40 and a changeup rated 35. Better than average stamina and a great ability to hold runners on. Personality, a good old boy. His morale, he is unhappy at present. First-year player. He's 27 years old. Leadoff hitter Victor Torres will step in for the Cincinnati Cougars, hitting .250 on the year, 4 home runs, 37 runs batted in. The veteran. Lefty versus lefty. Here's the 0-2. And that hit him. Oh boy. Both benches have been warned. I don't know if they have that in this game. So Torres would take first. And the batter is right-hand hitting Lee Byron. He is the second baseman, hitting .253, 2 homers, 17 runs batted in. 3 stolen bases on the year. Lefty versus the right-hand hitter. Man on first, good speed aboard. First pitch, and that's high. Runner going, and they got him. Victor Torres is caught stealing second base. 2-4. That's the first out. Byron will step back in. Here's the full count pitch. And that's on the ground. The third baseman has it. Hit sharply. He throws the first in time, and that's the second out. Good play by the third baseman, Miguel Ramirez, for Houston. Here's Esteban Martinez, the number 3 hitter, hitting .315 on the year, 9 home runs, 56 runs batted in, 13 stolen bases on the year. 2 out, nobody on. Houston leads 1-0. Lefty versus righty. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. The score is still 1-0 Mavericks. We go to the top of the second inning. For Houston, it'll be the 8, 9, and leadoff hitters due up. Castillo, Ramirez, and Vasquez. Houston leads by 1, righty versus righty. Here's the 1-1 from Chris Collette. That's on the ground, past the first baseman into right field for a base hit. The leadoff man is aboard. Decent speed at first. The batter is Miguel Ramirez. The number 9 hitter is the third baseman. He's hitting .210. No homers, 23 runs batted in. Collette in 1 inning has walked 1, struck out 1. He's given up 2 hits and an earned run. Righty versus lefty. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Took something off and struck him out. Got ahead of him and finished him off. That's the first out. Here's the left-hand hitting Jesus Vasquez, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 1. Castillo at first. 1 out. Houston leads by a run. Full count. And that misses, ball 4. He'll take his base. 2 men on with 1 out. The number 2 hitter is 1 for 1. Left-hand hitting Felix Alvarez. Castillo at second base. Vasquez at first. Here's the pitch from Collette. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1 out. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball this time, 91. And that's the second out. 2 on, 2 out. Here's Brent Kaiser, the number 3 hitter. Doesn't have an at bat. 2-0. That's in the air to center field. He's there to make the catch, and that retires the side. No runs on 1 hit and a walk. 2 runners left on. The Mavericks lead the Cougars 1-0. Bottom of the second inning for Cincinnati. It'll be Reese, Cougars, and Wilson due up. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Here is Scott Reese. He's hitting .272 on the year, 13 home runs, 63 runs batted in, 14 stolen bases. Slightly tired today. Lefty versus the right-hand hitter. The count is full. Here's the payoff pitch. And that's strike 3 called. And he simply walks away. Fastball at 88 miles an hour. It looked high to me. That's the first out. Here's Patricio Cougars, left-hand hitter. Lefty versus lefty. 1 out. Cincinnati trails by a run. Here's the 2-1. That's hit in the air to right field. That's a base hit. It'll get down into the corner. That's extra bases. And he will jog into second base standing up for a double. Cougars has hit 25 doubles this season. Here's the right-hand hitting Barry Wilson. He's hitting .220 on the year. 3 homers, 21 runs batted in. Man in scoring position, the tying run at second base. 1 out. 2-2 pitch. And that strike 3 called a changeup at 71, frozen. And that's the second out. Here's Pedroza. Jordan Pedroza, the catcher, hitting .242 on the year. 3 homers, 24 runs batted in. He's the number 7 hitter. Cougars at second base with 2 out now. Cincinnati trails by a run. Full count pitch. He hits that on the ground to third. He has it. He'll throw to first in time. Side retired. No run, 1 hit, no errors, a man left on. Mavericks still in front 1-0. Top of the third inning. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Mavericks. Ufina, Ramirez, and Giorgio due up. Chris Collette, in 2 innings of work, has thrown 49 pitches. He's allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. Left-hand hitting Warren Ufina was stepped to the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's in the air to right field. He's there. He'll make the catch for the first out. Right fielder Cougars for Cincinnati makes the play. Here's the left-hand hitting Alex Ramirez, the catcher. He's 0 for 1. Righty versus lefty. No balls, 1 strike. That's in the air, hit softly, and the first baseman can't make a play. It bounces into right field harmlessly for a base hit. 1 out single for Alex Ramirez. He is not a real threat to steal, and the batter is Apostolos Giorgio, the number 6 hitter. 0 for 1. He doesn't have an at bat, but he does have a run batted in. 1 out, man at first. Houston leads 1-0. No first pitch. He lays one on the ground. The first baseman has it. He throws to the second baseman covering first, and the sacrifice will work. Ramirez now at second base. Insurance run at second base for Houston, 2 out. And the batter is Alex Monhay, the left-hand hitter. He's 0 for 1. Righty versus lefty. 0-2 pitch from Collette. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's the inning. That's his 4th strikeout of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left on. The score is still 1-0 Houston. Bottom of the 3rd inning. For the Cougars, it'll be Mata, Lind, and the leadoff man Torres due up. Valentin Jeffroy, in 2 innings of work, has thrown 37 pitches. He's allowed 1 hit, no earned runs, and he's struck out 3. Cincinnati trails by a run. The batter, right-hand hitting Luis Mata, the number 8 hitter, will step in. He's hitting .216. 2 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Lefty versus righty. Here's the first pitch. Rain is beginning to fall. We've got a delay. See if we can find one of those old movies of the 1977 Grand Series. The Dallas Rustlers came out of nowhere and won it all. Their first and only winning season and playoff appearance. All right, I'm going to go. I might have to edit that. Here's Mata. Rain's beginning to fall. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A curveball at 66 gets him. That's the first out. Here's the left-hand hitting Lance Lynn. The shortstop's hitting a .187. 1 home run, 18 runs batted in. Lefty versus lefty. First pitch to him. That's on the ground to the shortstop. He has it. And he'll throw to first in time. Second out. Felix Alvarez, the Gold Glover at short, makes the play for Houston. Leadoff man Victor Torres will step in. The left-hand hitter versus the left-hand pitcher. He doesn't have an at-bat. 2 out. Cincinnati trails by 1. First pitch to him. That's in the air, and that's a base hit to left field. And Torres hits a 2-out base knock. Good speed at first. Here's Byron. He's 0 for 1. Lefty versus righty. Let's see if they can get something going. The 1-0, that's on the ground. The third baseman has a good play. He'll throw to first in time, and that's the inning. They're inning over for Cincinnati. Nothing on a hit. No change in the score. The Mavs lead by 1. Top of the 4th inning, it'll be the 8-9 and leadoff man for Houston. Castillo, Ramirez, and Vasquez. Here's Ricky Castillo. He's 1 for 1. Here's the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Curveball at 67. Collette has a bevy of pitches. That's the 5th strikeout of the day. Here's Miguel Ramirez, left-hand hitter. He's the number 9 hitter. He's 0 for 1. The third baseman's hitting .209 on the year. Righty versus lefty. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's on the ground to the first baseman. He throws to the pitcher covering in time. That's the second out. Barry Wilson at first makes the play to Chris Collette covering. Here's the left-hand hitting Jesus Vasquez. The leadoff man is 0 for 1. He's hitting .275 on the year. 3 home runs, 39 runs batted in. He's stolen 10 bases. Righty versus the left-hand hitter. First pitch to him. That's in the air to left field. He's running back, but he's there to make the catch and retire the side. Houston goes down in order. The score remains 1-0. Bottom of the 4th inning. For Cincinnati, it'll be the heart of the order. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Martinez, Reese, and Cugumbero. Here's Esteban Martinez, the right-hand hitter. He's 0 for 1. Lefty versus righty. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's on the ground. The shortstop has it. He pick it up, throw to first in time. Took his time, but he got him out. One away. Here's Scott Reese. He's 0 for 1. Lefty versus righty, the 2-2. That's in the air to right field. Scarcely had to move and makes the play for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. Here's the left-hand hitting Patricio Cugumbrero. Lefty versus lefty. He's 1 for 1. Houston leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning at Cougars Park. Game 4 of a 4-game series. Division rivals. Cincinnati trying to get closer to first place. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. That's on the ground. The second baseman has it in deep second, but he'll make the play, and that's the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on. Houston remains 1-0 in front. Top of the 5th inning. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Houston. Alvarez, Kaiser, and Ufina. Here's the left-hand hitting Felix Alvarez stepping to the plate. The righty versus lefty. He's 1 for 2. Full count. The payoff pitch. And that's inside ball 4. A missed fastball at 92. And the leadoff man walks. Good speed at first. Here's Kaiser, the number 3 hitter, hitting .280 on the year. He's 0 for 1 today. 2 balls, no strikes. That's on the ground. The shortstop has it. 2nd for 1. The relay in time. 6-4-3 double play. A pitcher's best friend. 2 out, nobody on. Houston leads by a run. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the left-hand hitting Warren Ufina. Righty versus lefty. Full count. Payoff. That's on the ground. Shortstop has it. Throws the first, and that's the inning. 1 walk for Houston, but that's all. The score remains 1-0. Bottom of the 5th inning for Cincinnati. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Wilson, Pedroza, and Mata due up. 4 innings of work for Valentin Jeffroy. 61 pitches thrown. 2 hits allowed, no earned runs. I gotta watch what I'm doing with this mouse. 2 earned runs. Or 1 earned run. No, wait. 2 hits allowed, no earned runs. He hasn't walked anyone, and he struck out 4. Lefty versus the right-hand hitting Barry Wilson stepping in. Wilson struck out his last time. There's a hit to center field. Leadoff man is on for Cincinnati. He is not a threat to steal. Here's Jordan Pedroza, the number 7 hitter. The catcher is 0 for 1. Lefty versus righty. 1-0. Lays down a bunt. The third baseman, that's a beauty. But he throws the second, and he's out at second. Oh my goodness. What a play by the third baseman, Miguel Ramirez. Let me take a look at that. He lays it down, he rushes it, it dies, and he picks it up and throws the second and gets him. The runner was not fast at all, and neither is Pedroza. So he's not a threat to steal. 1 out now. Here's the batter, Luis Mata, the number 8 hitter. The third baseman's 0 for 1. He's hitting .215 on the year. Lefty versus righty. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball. Swung at it at his ankles. That's 2 out. Here's the left-hand hitting Lance Lynn. The shortstop's hitting .187. He's 0 for 1. Pedroza at first. The tying run at first base. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the 0-2. That's in the air, and that's in the gap. That's going to hit the wall. That's extra bases. Let's see if he can score. Probably not. He's not fast. He's hit it home, and there is no throw. We have a tie ball game. He scores all the way from first base, Jordan Pedroza, and the game is tied. Lance Lynn with an RBI double. Bottom of the fifth inning, new ball game. 2 out. The leadoff man, Victor Torres, will step to the plate. Lefty versus lefty. Changes the complexion of the game. 1-1 pitch. That's on the ground. Hit weakly. The shortstop has it. Throws the first in time. And that's the inning. Not before the Cougars tie it up. A run on 2 hits. No errors. A runner left on. Cincinnati levels the score at 1. We played 5 innings. Houston has 1 run on 3 hits. No errors. Cincinnati has 1 run on 4 hits. No errors. 5 innings of work for right-hand pitcher Chris Collette for the Cincinnati Cougars. He's thrown 88 pitches. He's allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 3 and struck out 5. Houston will send up the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Catcher Ramirez, Giorgio, and Monge do up. Righty versus lefty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's in there. Strike 3 called. Change-up at 74. Here's Apostolos Giorgio. He doesn't have an at-bat, but he does have an RBI. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Change-up in his eye. 73. 2 up, 2 down. Here's the left-hand hitting Alex Monge. Righty versus lefty. Full count. The pitch. That misses, ball 4. The fastball is low, and Monge will take first. Decent speed at first. 2 out. Houston lead. Oh, no, it's tied now. Tied 1-1. Right-hand hitting Ricky Castillo at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Righty versus righty. 3 balls, 1 strike, and that misses. Ball 4. Collette has walked the next 2 batters here. He now has walked. Oh, that's it for Collette. New pitcher for Cincinnati. The right-hander Isaiah Simmons will come in. He's 1-1. Doesn't have any saves. ERA of 4.76. His whip is 1.44. His WAR is negative. Slightly negative. His repertoire, 65 rated splitter, 60 rated changeup, 55 rated curveball, 50 rated sinker. Great stamina, holds on runners average, has a lot of varied interests is his personality. His morale is normal. 9th year player, he's 34 years old. Left-hand hitting Elijah Green, the pinch hitter, will come in for Houston. 23-year-old Elijah Glenn. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand hitter. Monge at second, Castillo at first. 2 out. Top of the 6th inning, score tied 1-1. Cougars Park, Cincinnati versus Houston. ABC Central matchup. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Two-out pitch. That's in the air. Line drive to the third baseman. He'll make the catch to retire the side. Houston's 6th is over. 2 base runners in the inning, but the Mavericks go scoreless. It's still 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning for Cincinnati, it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Byron, Martinez, and Reese do up. Valentin Jeffroy, in 5 innings of work, has thrown 73 pitches. He's allowed 4 hits, 1 earned run. He hasn't walked anyone. He's struck out 5. Right-hand hitting Lee Byron will step in. He's the number 2 hitter, hitting .250, 0 for 2 today. Lefty versus righty. Here's the 0-1. That's on the ground. Third baseman has it. Throws the first, and that is an error. And the runner will go to second base. E5 on the throw. First error of the game. First error for Houston. Blake Ayala at third base made that play. Made that errant throw. Byron at second base. The batter now, right-hand hitting Esteban Martinez. He's the number 3 hitter. 0 for 2 today. He's their power. Him and Reese, they have 24 of the home runs. Nobody else has more than 4 in the lineup. The rain has coming down pretty heavy. Now we've got a rain delay, but it's only 15 minutes. It's a short rain delay, even though there's 3 still raining. So I'm just gonna pause here shortly. We've got a break in the action. Let's see if this affects the pitchers or the fielders. All right. Bottom of the 6th inning. We're back. The score is tied 1-1. Lee Byron is at second base. The batter, right-hand hitting Esteban Martinez. 0 for 2. Lefty versus righty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball to 84. And that's the first out. Here's the cleanup hitter, Scott Reese. 0 for 2. 1 ball, no strikes. That's in the air on the infield. The shortstop behind the mound will make the catch for the second out. Here's Cougars. He's 1 for 2. Lefty versus lefty. Man at second base. The go-ahead run. That's in the air on the infield. And the shortstop will make the play on the infield grass to retire the side. That's all for Cincinnati in the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 error. Just the 1 left on base. Score is tied 1-1. Top of the 7th inning. We played 6. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for Houston. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Cincinnati. The Mavericks will send up the top of the order. Vasquez, Alvarez, and Kaiser due up. Right-hand pitcher Isaiah Simmons will come back in. He's thrown 4 pitches. He'll face the left-hand hitting Jesus Vasquez. 2-2 pitch. That's on the ground to third. Scoops it up. Throws the first in time. 1 away. Luis Mata at third base makes the play for Cincinnati. Left-hand hitting Felix Alvarez will step up. He's 1 for 2. Righty versus lefty. 2-2 pitch. 1 out. That's on the ground to the third baseman. Dives and makes a play, and there's going to be an error. E5. He returns the favor. The runner is safe. Luis Mata made a diving stop, but an errant throw, and he gets charged to error. Second error of the game, first error for Cincinnati. Right-hand hitting Brent Kaiser, the number 3 hitter, will step in. He's 0 for 2. 279 hitter, 9 home runs. He leads the order anyway in home runs on the team. 43 runs batted in. Alvarez at first, good speed. Score tied. Full count. That's in the air. Center fielder is there, and he'll make the catch. Scott Reese, the Gold Glover and MVP, makes the play in center for Cincinnati. 2 out. Here's Ufina, left-hand hitter. He's 0 for 2. Alvarez at first, representing the go-ahead run. Top of the 7th inning. Cougars Park in Cincinnati. Righty versus lefty. First pitch. Runner going. And he's out to retire the side. Felix Alvarez caught stealing 2-6. No runs, no hits, an error. Nobody left on. Time to stretch. Score tied 1-1. Okay, bottom of the seventh inning. Cincinnati, Houston tied 1-1. This is game 4 of a 4-game series here at Cougars Park. Cincinnati leads 2-1. With a victory, they would go 3.5 games behind Houston and get closer to first place. A lot of history between this team. There's been a couple of videos put out about them. I like the new Question 21 from Deep Dive 25. Each team has its own video, and we'll be featuring the 21 through 25th questions for each team as we feature them in the showcase game. The batter is Barry Wilson for Cincinnati. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Valentin Jeffroy, in 6 innings of work, has thrown 89 pitches. He's allowed 4 hits, 1 earned run, and he's struck out 6. Nobody walked. Score tied. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's in the air on the infield. And the second baseman will make the play for the first out. Ricky Castillo, the second baseman for Houston, makes the catch. Here's Jordan Pedroza. He's 0 for 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. That's hitting in the air, and that's over the first baseman's head, and it'll land safely for a base hit. 1 out hit for Jordan Pedroza. Not a threat to steal. The batter is right-hand hitting Luis Mata. Mata's 0 for 2. Lefty versus righty. Full count. Payoff pitch. And that's in the dirt. Ball 4. 2 men on for Cincinnati here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The score tied 1-1. And the batter is left-hand hitting Lance Lynn, the number 9 hitter. He's 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Hitting 190 now. First pitch to him. He hits that on the ground. Third baseman has it. He'll go to first and get the second out. Runners at band. Pedroza now at third. Mata at second. First base open. The batter. Leadoff man Victor Torres. Lefty versus lefty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's in the air. Center fielder racing toward the infield, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. That does it for Cincinnati in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on. Mavericks and Cougars still tied 1-1. Top of the 8th inning. For Houston, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Ufina, Ramirez, and Giorgio due up. Isaiah Simmons, in an inning and a third, has thrown 21 pitches. Right-hand pitcher versus the left-hand Ufina. Ufina is 0 for 2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Changeup at 74 gets him. That's the first out. Here's Alex Ramirez. The catcher is 1 for 3. Righty versus lefty. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that misses, ball 4. He'll take his base. The curveball misses. 1 out. Man at first base. Not a real threat to steal. The batter is left-hand hitting Juan Sid, the pinch hitter. He's hitting .247 on the year. 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. 20 hits and 81 at-bats. Righty versus lefty. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. That's on the ground up the middle, base hit. The runner on second is headed for third, and the throw comes to the cutoff man to play at third, and he is out at third. A little ambitious. That's the second out. Sid will take second on the throw. So it's 2 out now. The left-hand hitting Alice Monhay will step in. The DH is 0 for 2, hitting .219 on the year. Houston has the go-ahead run in scoring position. Top of the 8th inning. Righty versus lefty. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. That's in the air. That's deep, and that's going to hit the wall on the fly. That'll score the go-ahead run. He slides in the second safely with a double. did score as Monhay with a run-scoring double. Houston leads 2-1. Let's take a look at that. Changeup at 74 is pounded to the wall. Gets the throw back in, but the run will score, and Houston takes the lead. Here's the right-hand hitting Ricky Castillo. Alex Monhay at second base. 2 out. Here's the first pitch to him. That's in the air, and that's a base hit to right field. Runner rounding third, but he'll stop as the throw comes to the cutoff man. 2 outs. Runners on the corners, and the batter is right-hand hitting Blake Ayala. Got a snowflake by his name. He's hitting 183 on the year. Righty versus righty. Full count. And that misses, ball 4, and that will load the bases. 2 out here in the top of the 8th. And the Cougars are in danger of letting this one slip away. Left-hand hitting Jesus Vasquez, the leadoff man, will step in. He's 0 for 3. 273 hitter, 3 home runs, 39 runs batted in. Monhay at third base, Castillo at second base, Ayala at first. Isaiah Simmons delivers the 1-1 pitch. 2 outs, bases loaded. That's on the ground. Past the second baseman in the right field. 1 run is in. It's station to station. And it's now 3-1. Monhay scores. Castillo to third. Ayala to second. Vasquez single scores 1. Simmons still in there. The left-hand hitting Felix Alvarez will step to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Bases still loaded. 2 out. Castillo at third. Ayala at second. Vasquez at first. Here's the first pitch. And that's in the air up the elevator shaft. The catcher runs out and will make the catch. The inning is over. Houston pushes 2 across and take a 3-1 lead. New pitcher for the Houston Mavericks, Augustin Tapia. He is 1 for 2, 3 saves. Has a 1.80 ERA in 16 games, 15 innings pitched, 1.80 WHIP, and a 0.4 WAR. His repertoire: he has 2 pitches, 50 rated slider, 45 rated fastball, good stamina. He doesn't hold runners on well. His personality: Tapia is a slow learner. Very good morale. He's well known nationally. 60-year player. He's 31 years old. Lee Byron will step in, the number 2 hitter. He's 0 for 3. 3-1 the score now. Cincinnati trails by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 4th game of the 4-game series. Cincinnati trying to win the series. Houston trying to gain the split on the road. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He has 13 strikeouts and 18 2/3 innings pitched, does this young pitcher. That's in the air, and that is a fly ball to right field. He's there to make the catch for the first out. Right fielder Jesus Vasquez, the Gold Glover, makes the play in right for Houston. Here's left-hand hitting Esteban Martinez. The DH is 0 for 3. He's a 300 hitter. That's on the ground. The first baseman has it. He'll take it himself for the second out. Brent Kaiser, first baseman for Houston, makes the play. Here's Scott Reese. He's 0 for 3. He's hitting .270 on the year. 13 home runs, 63 runs batted here. He's run the MVP of the ABC for 4 years running. He won it first in 1972. Here's the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. And that's in there, a strike called, and that's the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left. Mavericks lead 3-1. Top of the ninth. Houston with a 2-run lead will send up the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Kaiser, Ufina, and Ramirez. Here's Brett Kaiser. He's 0 for 3. Isaiah Simmons will return for his 3rd inning. He's pitched 2 in the 3rd. He's allowed 4 hits, 2 earned runs. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. Righty versus righty. 1 ball, no strikes. That's on the ground up the middle. Second baseman has it, and he throws high, but he gets it. Nice play by the first baseman, and that's the first out. Barry Wilson at first makes the play from the throw of Lee Byron, the second baseman. Here's the left-hand hitting Warren Ufina, the number 4 hitter. The left hitter is 0 for 3. Righty versus lefty. 2-1 pitch. That's in the air. Foul ground. The catcher will make the catch of the little pop-up, and that's the second out. Here's the left-hand hitting Alex Ramirez. He's 1 for 3. Righty versus lefty. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. That's hit up the middle. The second baseman has it. Again, he'll throw to first in time. He's throwing the ball high, but he's getting it done. That's the inning. 1, 2, 3 go to Mavericks, and they remain out in front 3-1. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2 to tie it, 3 to win it. And Houston will make a pitching change. The closer, Tony Chavarria, will take the hill. Tony has a record of 2-5, 16 saves, 2.91 earned run average in 40 games. From 43 and in 3rd innings. His whip is 1.45. His WAR is 0.2. His repertoire, 2 pitches, 55 rated curveball, 45 rated fastball. Not much stamina to speak of, and he doesn't hold runners on either. Personality, he is known for his superior intelligence. His morale is very good. 15-year player. He's 37 years old. Left-hand hitting Patricio Cougars will step in. He's the number 5 hitter. 1 for 3 today. Cincinnati trails by 2. Bottom of the 9th inning. Trying to win this series. 1 ball, no strike. Here's the pitch. The pitcher enters the game with 2 wins and 5 losses, 2.91 ERA, 16 saves on the season. That's on the ground to 3rd, and he boots it. E5, 2nd error of the game on Houston, 3rd error of the game. Blake Ayala commits the error for Houston at 3rd. Cougars is at 1st. The batter is left-hand hitting Barry Wilson. Righty versus lefty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's on the ground, and he swings over it. Strike 3, and that's the first out. Fastball, 89 miles an hour. The runner remains at first, Cougars, the batter. The number 7 hitter, Pedroza, Jordan Pedroza. Full count. That's in the air, center field. He's there. He'll make the catch for the second out. And the Cougars are down to their final out. The batter, left-hand hitting Tony Jones. Pinch hitting. Jones is hitting .266 on the year, 2 home runs, 27 runs batted in, having the day off. Righty versus lefty. Cougars at first. They trail by 2. The tying runs at the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that's low, ball 4. He put him on. 2 men on, 2 men out. Left-hand hitting Lance Lynn will step to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a run batted in. He's batted in their only run today. Righty versus the left-hand hitter. The 0-1 pitch. That's on the ground. The second baseman has it. He'll throw to first, and that's your ball game. The Houston Mavericks have earned a split in this series on the road here in Cincinnati by the score of 3-1. Now let's look at the total for today's game. First, for the victorious Houston Mavericks, now 55-41. They scored 3 runs on 7 hits, committed 2 errors. Houston left 11 runners on base. For the Cincinnati Cougars, now 50-47. They scored 1 run on 5 hits. They committed 1 error. They left 8 men on base. Multiple hits. Ricky Castillo had 2 hits for Houston. No one had a multiple hit. At 5 batters get a hit for Cincinnati at 5 hits. The decision. The winning pitcher, Valentin Jeffroy, is now 2-0. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 1 earned run. He walked 1, struck out 6. No home runs allowed. He threw 110 pitches. His ERA is 1.26. Augustin Tapia gets the hold. Tony Chavarria gets the save, his 17th. The losing pitcher, reliever Isaiah Simmons. He's now 1-2. Chris Collette, the starter, pitched 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits allowed. He 1 earned run. He walked 5, struck out 7. No home run, threw 107 pitches. His ERA is now 1.71. Player of the game, Houston starter Valentin Jeffroy. Rain delay of 15 minutes in the 6th inning. Mavericks score late, up in Cougars, 3-1. Cougars Park was the site of a competitive game between the Cincinnati Cougars and the Houston Mavericks. In a low-scoring clash between Houston and Cincinnati, pitcher Valentin Jeffroy was a difference maker. The left-hander earned praise for his performance in the 3-1 Mavericks win. Tony Chavarria earned his 17th save in 19 chances. Houston used the timely hitting of Jesus Vasquez, the leadoff man, to seize the win. The right fielder stroked a run-scoring single in the top of the 8th inning to put the Mavericks on top 3-1. It was his only hit in 4 at-bats, and it was a game changer. Valentin's not intimidated by who's stepping into the batter's box, said Houston manager Carlos Sanchez. With the win, Houston raised this record to 55-41. So it seems like Houston remains a thorn in the Cougars' side. They take a split on the road here in Cincinnati. Next, we'll have the ABL 4-1-1 to complete Thursday and the series. Then we'll go to the Week 16 weekend series with 2 ABL ballpark fees and the ABL 411 for the weekend. This is the Baseball Observer.